Yeah, we were driving to the zoo.
Yeah.
We started fighting.
That was a road trip. Erica, you know something? I don't know DJ's last name.
Yeah, me neither.
Are we supposed to?
No.
CJ last name Miller.
Huh?
CJ last name is Miller. I don't know about DJ.
CJ's last name is the same as mine.
I don't know about the other one. Trent and CJ last names are Miller. Hey Linda C. Hey Katina. How y'all doing this afternoon? How are you all doing this afternoon? How's it going? Hey Sharice, how are ya? Hey Toya, how are ya? Hope you're feeling better, Toya. Pray that you're feeling better. They say, hey sugar babies. Linda C said, I'm good. I'm doing okay, Linda C. Katina said, good, just working and washing last load of clothes. Get it done, Katina. Y'all got to pack it up tonight. Y'all got to pack it up tonight. Pack it up. Y'all get it done. Yep. I didn't really do too much today. I didn't. I made the beds and stuff like that. That was really it. I took some meat out to make tacos. So I'm gonna make tacos and feed everybody before I go to work. It was stormy, y'all. It was stormy. Tina said, yes, Lindsay, last day at home for a while, right? Yep. It was stormy. They had the sirens going off because tornadoes were, they had tornado warnings and all of that. And they were talking about the wind was going to be super, super, super high, like at 80, 90 miles per hour. We got some of it, but not a whole lot of it. So our lights didn't go out or anything like that. Thank you, Toya. You have a blessed night as well at work. So yeah, it was dark. It had got so dark, y'all, and I was like, Lord, please let this pass over. Don't let our lights go out. We have suffered enough without lights. So yeah. Sharice, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Sharice. We hanging in there, right? Doing okay. So yeah, it was a mess. I did see some tree branches down, but not a lot. But I think that the like south of where we are is where they probably got hit a little harder, south of us. Yeah. Hey Sarah, how are you? So yeah, I think they got hit a little bit harder than we did. But it was, yeah, it got dark and maybe the wind started blowing. I was like, oh no, please let it pass us by. Yes, me too, Katina. Glad we are as well, baby. The kids went in the basement. They had got scared, y'all. They got scared and went in the basement. But that's the best place to be, like in the basement, you know. So yeah, but it didn't get too bad. It cleared up, you know, fairly quickly, but you could tell that it was a lot going on. Cherie said those storms are be coming out of nowhere and intense and quick. Glad, yes, Cherise, they do. They come out of just all of a sudden. I knew they said it was going to rain, but I didn't know it was going to do all of that. But yeah, I'm just glad that we're okay and we have power and stuff like that. So I'm happy about that. Katina said I would love to have a basement. Yeah. Uh, uh, Toya said I've been watching you on my TV. You have, Toya? You got me on the TV, girl. Yes. Yeah, so we have a big basement. Our basement is actually big. Just a little junky down there right now, but Get that mess down. Get it down. Take it down for real. No. Stop. You're not.
I'm gonna take my side.
Take it down.
I'll take
Hey Nisha, how are you? How you doing this afternoon? These, I don't know where they think they at in a tent or somewhere. Like I don't know where the heck they think they are. They think they in a tent. Cherie said good afternoon to everyone. Yeah. Sarah say, hey Sarah say yes. I wish we could have a basement too. We use our hallways. Yeah, any interior space is good. Like when when it's tornado warnings and things like that. So yeah, it's good to have a space that you can go to. But yeah, basements. If you got like a place outside where you can like those what you call them, storm shelters. Those types of things, all good. Yeah, I'm back here making forts. Money always making one, Sharice. She always be making one at the house. She used the little blankets and she be making forts. They be making forts over there too, I bet. Like, what? Forts. Y'all had to put my hair in a ponytail because it curled up. Y'all see what it done did. Look at my hair. Look what it did this morning. That's the humidity did that. The humidity curled it up, y'all. So I ain't have a choice but to put it in a ponytail.
Do that on your head.
The humidity tore my hair up this morning. That's the thing about having natural hair, right? A garage. Linda C said my garage is a safe place for me. Yep, garage. Yeah, any place like that, garage, basements, storm shelters, all of that is good, right? Even get in the bathtub. They say get in the bathtub, right? If you ain't got nowhere else to go, you can definitely get in the bathtub. Yeah. Sharisa, all that hair. That's a cute ponytail. I used to wear it like this a lot. I used to wear my hair like this a lot. When I didn't want to do nothing to it, I used to wear it like this. But the ponytail, baby, it done got nappy back there. Well, not nappy, but curly. It done curled up. So, yeah. This is that, hairstyle where you don't want to comb no hair. You have nice hair like mine. I do. Yeah. Yeah. I be wanting to cut it off. Y'all don't know. I be wanting to cut it off. Sarah said, thank you, Sarah. We got us a ponytail going on, right? We took it off our face and stuff. But, yeah. They say hair on your face kind of make you look older, and when you take it off your face, it kind of make you look a little bit younger. I don't know about that, baby, because age is definitely creeping, right? It's creeping. But that's okay. I just want to be alive to age, right? Because some people don't make it this far. So I thank God, no matter the wrinkles or whatever, baby, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm comfortable in my own skin, right? Comfortable in my own skin with all my flaws and everything, right? I'm comfortable in my skin. I ain't trying to change how I look or none of that. Right? I look how I look. Just how God made me. And if you don't like it, then too bad. Cause go take it up with God, right? Take it up with God. Cherie said, I like your hair up and off your face. Looks good both ways. Yeah. Yeah. I don't wear it too much like this. But like I said, when I go to work, I put my scrub cap on. I don't even let my hair down. I just let the back of it out when I go to work. But I don't have the front and stuff out, because I wear my scrub cap. It's just easier. I don't have to worry about no hair. If I get a hot flash, honey, start sweating, I ain't got to worry about it curling up on me all of a sudden. So, yeah. Yep. So this is what we do when we don't want to do nothing, because in the summertime, you don't want to put all that heat in your hair in the summertime, especially if you got natural hair. And my hair all natural. I don't have no chemicals in my hair. No chemicals. The oil that I use is a natural blend that was made by someone. That's what I use. I do use a little Vaseline, but other than that, I don't really put nothing in my hair. I don't use, if I flat iron it, I use like a heat protectant. But other than that, I don't be doing, yeah. But welcome to Autism Everyday. For anyone that is new, welcome to Autism Everyday, where everything autism is what we do over here. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. We appreciate you for coming back, and we appreciate anyone that is new that comes in. Make sure if you're coming in and you're new, you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the subscribe button for us, right? Hit the subscribe button. It won't cost you nothing. It won't cost you nothing but a second of your time. Today, I kind of want to talk about autism and pain, right? Pain. Autism and pain. I have had a perm before, Nisha. In my younger days, I had perms, right? When I had my youngest son, that's when I came out of. Before I had him, I stopped doing the perm, right? And my hair has been natural ever since. My son, 26 years old, so I have not had a perm in that span of time. Never even really thought about getting one again, right? I know perms are very damaging to the scalp. Those chemicals are absorbed in your skin, so I try to be careful what I put on my hair, or my scalp, because I know it's going to be absorbed. Never had my hair dyed before. Never had it dyed before, any of that. Hey, Miss Marilyn, how are you? Yep, never had any dye, never dyed my hair, nothing. Nope. Just try to be all natural. I got a pixie style hairstyle, easy to style. Yes, Sarah. Yep. I'm all about convenience, honey. Easy, get up and go. That's what I'm about. Teresa, I was about to give you a topic as well. I'll keep it for tomorrow. Oh, you could tell me what it is. You know, yeah, I was just thinking about, how a lot of our power babies and power adults don't feel pain the same way that we do. They don't experience pain in the way that we do. And that, because I know for Demarcus, pain is pretty much non existent, right? I know Miss Marilyn said, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, Miss Marilyn. I'm doing okay. Yep. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Nisha say, have you ever? Yeah, no. I mean, I have. Miss Marilyn Ernestine, I'm doing okay. Yes, good. So, yeah. So, like, they experience pain totally different from us, right? That's one of the things that makes them different as well, is their pain level. I think I've told you all the story many times of Demarcus actually breaking a chair with his hand and didn't flinch, like felt no pain. Like, he felt no pain. He bumped his head, didn't feel no pain, didn't cry or nothing, honey. Got up and started doing right back what he was doing before he bumped his head, right? So their pain level is, for some, it's kind of like non-existent. Like, it's crazy. It is very strange that they don't feel pain, right? I think that's one of the reasons. Like, their emotions are built different from ours anyway, because even like for Marcus, like, he don't cry. Like, he don't cry. Like, he hasn't cried since he was a little kid, and I can sense that he wants to cry sometimes, but I never see no tears. I never see no tears or none of that, right? I don't. The laughter, the out loud laughing, so their senses are just wired differently from ours. It's kind of sad in a way, because you kind of want your child to experience all those feelings, but they don't. They just don't, y'all. They don't. Sharice was going to say, based off of your topic yesterday, how autistic people on different levels transition into the workforce or even trade schools. It's hard for a lot of them, Sharice. It's hard for a lot of our adults to transition from school into like the workforce is very hard. Some are able to adjust very well and some are not. It just depends on what type of work area they're in. Like for Demarcus, I think he probably could work just about anywhere, but temptation is also there for him, right? Especially like if he's working in a store, grocery store, something like that. The temptation to take things would always be there for him, and I think that would be a problem, to a certain extent. But I think he's able to control himself to a degree because he hasn't been taking things lately. So I know he's able to control himself, but it's hard. It's hard, you know, and just depends on the severity of the autism as well as to how they transition from one phase to the next. It depends on the severity of it, you know. But I think, everything is possible. I don't think that nothing is impossible for our children. I don't think nothing's impossible. I don't. I think they could do just about anything with the proper training, the proper guidance, and the proper direction. I think they could do just about anything. I do, especially the ones who are a little bit high functioning. Now, the lower functioning ones, like I think they would definitely struggle in the workforce, right? Because one, you got to follow directions. You got to be able to follow directions. In order to follow directions, you have to understand what those directions are. And if you're not understanding, then you're not able to really do that job, right? So it's a lot of ifs, a lot of ifs behind that, Sharice. Yeah. Miss Maryland say, can autism get worse if untreated? I believe so, Miss Maryland, because if it goes untreated, then how is it going to get better? Like, how would it get better if it goes untreated? If it goes without therapy, if it goes without, the proper therapy set, and all of that. So if you're not getting any of that, well, how is it going to get better if you're not doing anything to make it better, right? So I do believe it could get worse. I believe that when they have these certain things that they do, if you let it go, that it's only going to get worse with behavior, for instance, right? If you're not doing anything to help to better that behavior, then of course it's going to get worse because they just going to do whatever, right? They just going to do whatever. Yeah, it could definitely get worse. Sharisa, also your thoughts on parents in denial that keep their autistic children sheltered and always in the house with no socialization. Honey, those kids are going to grow up and not know how to socialize in society at all, right? When you keep kids isolated, that's what they're gonna know growing up is isolation. They're not gonna know anything outside of that isolation, right? If you shelter them and keep them in the house all the time and not allow them to interact and to be around other people and to gain some social skills, their social skills are going to be non-existent. Like, there's no way I would do that to Demarcus. I think that's a discredit to your children to do that, right? I think it's a selfish move on a parent's part. I think it's very selfish. You should want your child to be able to interact because one day you're not going to be here, right, to shelter them, right? You're not going to be here one day to shelter them. So if they don't have no skills outside of that household, then how are they going to cope with life? How are they going to cope with society? How are they going to cope if they're not if they're not being exposed to any of that? You have to expose your kids to as much as possible in order for them to grow. If you're just sitting them in the house and that's it, and that's all they know, the people in the house, and maybe the people who come visit every now and then, and they don't know anything outside of that, I think it's a terrible thing for your child. It's a terrible thing for your child. Sarah said, I think Lori is capable, but you gotta give her one step direction at a time or she gets overwhelmed. And that's okay, Sarah. That's how she learns, right? And you don't want to overwhelm your child with a bunch of directions at one time if they can't understand all of them. Yeah. So you do it one day at a time, one day at a time. But ain't no way I would keep my children out of society. There's no way. There's no way they deserve to be out and about and socializing with others as well, as much as possible, because this is going to help them to grow into a well-rounded individual. So yeah, I think it's a shame that parents do this to their kids, right? I think it's a shame. I think it's a disservice to them. It is a great disservice. Did you have a great day, DeMarcus? I'll take your mask, honey. I'll take your mask. DeMarcus has entered the building. DeMarcus has entered the building. Yes, he has. So, and yeah, I don't understand parents who isolate their children. I mean, that's their choice, right? But that is something that I could never do. Like, I could never do that. I would never do that to my child. No. They if it's not school or some sort of a work program, these kids need to be out doing something, not sitting in the house 24/7, right? And especially if you are a parent and you ain't doing nothing to help them to grow, right? Like your child could be sitting in the house and parents ain't doing nothing to help them, right? Nothing. They ain't doing nothing to help them. I think that is a grave disservice to your children. You need to be ashamed of yourself too, right? you know. And I'm just talking, I ain't talking about nobody or nothing like that. I'm just saying what I wouldn't do, right? These are the things that I would not do. I would not isolate my child. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to read y'all comments. Miss Marilyn say, what is looping in autism? What do you mean, Miss Marilyn, looping? Sarah say we always take Lori to church. We take them on outings outside the church, like skating, the zoo. Yeah, activities, Sarah. Activities. Hey, Miss Brenda, how are you? Activities. Your children should be involved in things. Not sitting in the house 24/7. Right? Do you sit in the house 24/7? Right? Imagine yourself sitting in the house 24/7. So then imagine your child who's autistic sitting in the house 24/7, not interacting with anyone but you. I think it's a great shame. It's a waste. And a lot of parents allow their kids to sit in the house and they're not doing anything with them. They're not teaching them nothing, right? They're not teaching them nothing. No skills. They have no skills, no social skills, no idea how to interact with the outside world. How you doing, Miss Brenda? How are you this afternoon? I can't see it. I just can't. I couldn't do that to my child. I couldn't. And then back to the pain part of it, right? The pain part of it, like I said, and I'm gonna flip y'all around so DeMarcus can say good afternoon to y'all. There go Mr. DeMarcus. There he is. There's DeMarcus. There is our DeMarcus. Right, there's our DeMarcus. But DeMarcus say he had a good day at workshop, y'all. Hold on a minute. Hey Augusta, how are ya? Nisha say, hey DeMarcus. Sarah say you don't always have to spend money. You can take them on nature walks to teach them things, help them grow their own garden. Yeah, Sarah, yes. Yeah. Lupin is getting stuck in a single. Oh yeah, yeah. I look. My brain is on zero today, right? My brain ain't functioning properly. So y'all have to forgive me if I'm, yeah. Um. Uh, yeah. Sometimes the Marcus repeats himself. If it's something that he wants you to know, like he'll repeat himself but not a whole lot. He don't do it a whole lot. He used to do it more when he was younger, but as he's gotten older, the looping or the repeating or whatever you want to call it, I call it repetitiveness. That is not as much. It's not real strong in him today, right? The repetitiveness is not super strong in him, but it's still there, right? It is still there, but it's not like it used to be when he was younger. Demarcus has grown from a lot of things that he would do when he was younger. He's grown from a lot of that. You know, he's grown from a lot of it. Yeah, thank you, Katina. Because I'm like looping, but it's basically the repetitiveness and the being, yeah, stuck in thoughts. Like he don't really get stuck. I don't think. I don't think he really gets stuck on anything too much, right? I know a lot of kids do, but Demarcus, nah. You know, I see a lot of that in a lot of kids and adults as well. But for him, it's not super strong. It's not, y'all. Growth is so important. It is, Augusta. My child will never be stuck in no house, not long as I can walk and talk and do what I need. No, he will not be stuck in no house, right? Demarcus has always been in a school, in a program, always. You know, people, a lot of people try to homeschool their children, but I don't think they're qualified to do it. You know, you got to have some kind of training, right? If you're trying to teach an autistic child, homeschool them, you got to have some kind of training, right? I don't care. You got to have some sort of training in order to do that, right? And a lot of parents say, that they homeschool their children, but I just can't see it. I can't see them growing beyond, I just can't see it without some sort of training. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they have training. Maybe some of these parents do have some training that we don't know about and stuff like that, but I don't really know. I just couldn't. I'm not equipped to homeschool my child. No, I wasn't equipped to homeschool him. And I knew a lot of stuff, but I felt like would do him a disservice trying to homeschool him. I don't think he would have learned as much as he know now if I had chose to homeschool. Yeah. Hey Felicia, how are you? Sarah say, yes. Miss Marilyn, my Lori does. Yeah. Hey Felicia, how are you? Yeah. Katina say when they keep asking some questions like, "Are we leaving at 3?" Yeah, yeah. And Demarcus does that from time to time. He don't do a lot of it, Katina, Miss Marilyn. He don't do a lot of that, right? He will ask, but he won't just. Sometimes it depends on what it is until he get the answer that he wants. He'll repeat it, but for the most part, he don't do a lot of that. He don't do a lot of it. No. Yeah. So I hope that answered y'all question. I hope. Let me know if I'm answering y'all questions. If not, let me know. I'll try to do better. Augusta say, I prefer my power baby to go to school. I think he would grow and develop more. Me too, Augusta. Me too. That homeschooling, I don't know. Like I said, a lot of parents probably try to homeschool their power babies and adults at home, but I don't know. I just think you need a whole lot of training, right? And you have to have patience, right? And I don't think, a lot of parents don't have that patience to do that, right? They say, it's easy to say I'm homeschooling, but what are you really doing? What do you really call homeschooling, right? Or do you have a curriculum laid out? Do you have like where they, are they going to therapy? Like these kids need therapy and stuff like that to help them to survive. Like if you just say, "Oh, I'm homeschooling," but there's no evidence of growth in your child, then what are you really doing? Like, what are you really doing with your child? What about therapy? Are you doing therapy at home? Are you equipped to do therapy with your child, right? Or do they need to be going to a facility where they can, a doctor's office or somewhere where they can get therapy and stuff like that? I don't, it's a lot. I have a lot of questions when it comes to homeschooling. Like I do. I have a lot of questions when it comes to homeschooling. because I don't think it's as easy as somebody would may think it is. I don't think homeschooling is easy for a power baby or adult. It's hard for a regular child. Yeah. Yeah. Sarah say Lori don't always have the greatest time until she got to high school, but we wouldn't homeschool her because she needed those accommodations. Exactly, exactly. And a lot of these therapies and things like that, it's a requirement for those kids to be in school or in some sort of a program, right? Not just sitting at home every day doing nothing, right? You think I'm gonna allow Demarcus to sit somewhere in a room and watch TV all day, play games all day, or just sleep all day? No, no. He need to get up and move around and be doing something. I'm not about to let him do that, right? When I know he has so much more potential. No, I'm not going to take that from him. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. As long as there are programs out here and I can get him into one, honey, he gonna be in one, right? And whatever problems we have, no matter how, I don't trust everything. I don't, but I'm trying to make it work. I'm gonna let them know I'm present in here, right? That when something goes wrong, I need to know, right? And we need to figure it out as a team how to make it better, right? So yeah. And the same with these schools. If you're not involved in the schools, then you don't know what's going on at the school. You don't know if they're teaching your child anything at school if you're not involved, right? You have to give it a chance. You can't snatch these kids up out of school and say, I'm homeschooling them, and know damn well that's not what you're doing, right? It's not what you're doing because you ain't equipped. So these kids do whatever they want to during the day and at night or whatever. They have no structure. Homeschooling requires structure, as with them, as if they were going to school. It still requires structure. And if you have no structure, then what are you really doing? I gotta stop at the restaurant right here, y'all. I'm gonna stop at the restaurant right here. Stop at the restaurant right here. We're gonna go in here right quick. My son wanted me to stop and get him something to eat. I'm making tacos. I'm not buying no restaurant food. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what y'all seeing. Sarah say it does help a lot. Lori goes monthly, and it has helped her so much. Yeah, yes, therapy helps a lot. It does, Augusta. Yeah. Yes, it does. Right? You're doing your child a disservice. Lying to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, right? If you know that you're not equipped to homeschool your child, put those kids in school. Put them in school. Allow them to at least attempt to learn something outside of the four walls that they are in at home, right? Let these kids get out and burn that energy that they have built up on the inside. A lot of times when kids act out and stuff like that, it's because they are stuck inside of a house, not getting out, not being able to run around and to get rid of some of that energy that they have, right? Expose your children to different things. Don't keep them secluded and isolated, right? Expose them. Let them experience life the same way that you would want to experience it. Yeah. Katina said, you're right. That's why I always volunteer at school. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So I'm going in the restaurant. I got to show y'all. I did get a package. I think it's from Stephen Brandon. I think this is a shirt that he made with my saying on it. I will show it to you all, but I'm gonna go in the restaurant real quick and get this stuff and come back out. Erica, you would feel like talking to the live for me just for a few minutes, baby. Do me that favor, okay? You talk to him just for a few minutes, just for a few minutes. Hold on a minute. Augusta said, I make sure I got Get the teacher parent go to teacher parents conference and little things they have all at the school to stay involved in knowing what's going on in school with my kid. That's right, Augusta. That's right. All right, y'all. Erica says she gonna. Money, you gonna talk to him? You gonna talk to the live? You like talk. You like talking to him. You like talking to him. Come on, talk to him for a few minutes till I come back. Okay, it ain't gonna take me long. It ain't gonna take me long. I'll get y'all some French fries. Maybe. Maybe I'll get you.
I love French fries.
Yep, well, talk to the live. Well, you won't get none. Right? Talk to the live. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. They gonna talk to y'all.
Stop it. I'm helping. Let me
Here you go. There you go, Imani. Oops, it's falling down. Hold on.
I'll answer the questions.
There y'all go. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. What was that? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up. What did we do?
No. Just are we ready to go back to school?
No.
No, we're not.
Who the heck was that?
Tenth surprise. Well, happy Tuesday.
Say happy Tuesday.
The day's going good. Except for the storm. We did not like that. So we went to the basement. In the school, mostly art. He's doing good. He's sleeping. We have a lot of stuffed animals too. Don't we? Okay, I guess you're not answering my question. I like to draw. Erica does not really draw that much.
How to do a feet review. I'm kidding. That's not good. No, man.
How about your little feet? But still, how are you doing to show your feet?
Yeah.
Your cup. Your cup. Why this girl called Sarah is commenting? And close your lid. She's only commenting. Like she's the only person commenting.
It's not.
Yeah, because it's time to find someone else. You can say hi. Her favorite color is purple, mine's blue. You go back to school on August 20th. Do not touch me.
See, you're not touching me.
I saw that. I saw that and I felt
Not
it.
touching me. See, I'm not touching you.
I can see you.
Yeah, you can.
Do not touch me.
Get attacked.
Yeah, we like being out of school. We hate being in it. We hate being in school, but we like being out of it.
Middle school's supposed to be great. It's just you're supposed to only be nice. It's just
What?
you have to be nice. Middle school's supposed to be really good, but you're supposed to be nice.
What if you rude?
Oh, you're good.
They started school in Louisiana on August 5th. Here they start
On the 20th. When's next week? We'll start next week. No, we start in August.
Hello.
We start in August. Hey, run it back.
That took a little longer than expected. I'm sorry, y'all.
Only 2 people been commenting so much.
They were. Ooh.
Yeah. There was a person with an F.
Scary.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
There was a
Oh, it
person with
spilled.
an F right there.
Hold on, y'all. I done spilled stuff all on my car.
And this girl named Sarah. She was on the comment.
They were commenting. That's good. Hold on, y'all. I done spilled stuff. Give me a second. Spilled stuff on my car. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. I done spilled stuff. Give me 1 second, y'all. That drink was spilling, and I spilled it on my car. I'm just trying to clean it off. Hold on. All right. Hold on.
Say don't touch me.
All right. Um, y'all cute. What's y'all favorite snack? Everything.
Takis.
Everything.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like this one white truffle chocolate.
Takis.
Erica like fancy snacks.
Takis.
Erica like fancy snacks. Erica, Imani like the more hot snacks. She like the Takis and all that crap. Right? Can y'all sit that back there for me? I got y'all some fries.
Yay. It smells so good.
I got them some fries. Oh, let's see what y'all saying. The girls did a good job answering questions, reading comments. Thank y'all. Is Erica shy? No, Erica ain't shy. She not really shy. Erica is growing up. Erica is entering about the, preteen, honey. You know how them preteens are. You know. Y'all know. Yes, the girls held good conversation. Good, Sarah. Yep. Felicia said, hey, DeMarcus. Pat, how are you? Do you ride bikes at grandma's? No, they took their bikes home, so they're not at my house anymore.
Big enough for me.
The bikes,
broke.
And it's not big enough for me.
they have their bikes at home.
Your bike broke.
Yeah.
I need a bigger bike.
Pat said, I can't believe she's on her way. Yep, she's on her way to middle school. Y'all, I think when y'all first saw Erica was little, right? Well, that was 4 years ago when we came to Facebook. So she was, she's 11. So she was about 6 or 7 when we came on here. Imani, she was a little thing too. Imani was like 4 or something like that. Y'all know they used to be in the car with me back then as well. They used to be in the car with me back then too. So they've been riding with me for a long time. Yeah, Sarah, them teenager years coming. They is coming for sure. Fast. Yes, they are. Teenager years are coming fast. Yep, before you know it. They won't need their grandma no more. Right? They won't need grandma anymore. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be sad. They ain't going to need me no more. They going to be like, we got it, grandma. I'll be like, oh. I remember when I used to do that for you. I'm going to be sad. Augusta said, yes, I remember. Yeah. Y'all remember when we first started coming on here, how little they were? Talking their tails off. Right? Talking their little heads off. Every day they get in the car. Grandma. They will always need, I know they will, Miss Marilyn, I'm just joking. In some shape, fashion, or form, they will. What? Nasty. So yeah, but I cherish all these years, that I've been able to be here for them. I think they'll always remember, grandma did this, grandma did that, grandma was the one, right? They'll always remember that. Same way how I remember my grandma, what the things that she did for me and taught me. I cherish all of that. Because my grandma was the lady. She was it, baby. For me, she taught me a lot. So grandparents are very important in kids' lives, right? They have some knowledge that the parents might not have, We do a little things different than the newer generation. And I think that makes a difference in these kids' lives. Augusta said, yes, they will remember for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got work tonight. I got to hit it tonight, baby. This is my work, starts my work week. Did you get your teachers in the mail, or it might be too early? My what?
We did not get our teachers' names
Oh no, not yet. Not yet. They didn't get it yet. They probably get it like the week of.
I want this pie.
They probably get the week that they get ready, the week before they get ready to start back. They probably get it like next week. They probably get them like next week or something like that. But no, they didn't get it. They didn't get it yet. No. So when do they go back to school? Soon. They'll be going back to school soon. They'll be going back soon. Sit back. They will be going back soon. I ain't about. Look, you don't need to know the date and all of that. Just soon. Yeah. You learn so much at school. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You still got some good teachers, right? There are still some really good teachers at these schools. Teachers that really care about their students, right? You got some teachers that's there to get a paycheck. Maybe they just do the bare minimum. But you got some teachers that go above and beyond for their kids, their students. Yeah. And that's why I think school is so important, even for our power babies. Like, they need to be in school. The power babies and adults, they need to be in school. They need to be in some sort of program that's going to help them to grow. Sitting at home every day ain't going to help nobody grow, especially if you're not doing anything with them, right? It's not going to help them grow. I'm sorry. It's just not, you know? If I sit at home every day, I'm gonna be stuck. I ain't gonna grow. Same with me. Anybody that's sitting at home day in and day out, not doing anything to help them to grow and to better themselves, then you're just stuck, right? That's, to me, that's stuck. Like, you're stuck. Like, for real, you're stuck. And I would not want my child to be stuck nowhere, right? I don't want my kid, whether they autistic or not, I wouldn't want them to be stuck. Um, and as you going back to Facebook, I be on Facebook. We be on Facebook in the morning, Felicia. We are on Facebook in the morning. For right now, we are over here on YouTube trying to grow our YouTube channel. So yeah, but eventually we won't be doing lives on YouTube. We'll be doing videos. Every week we'll do a video and then we'll go back to, Facebook. Yeah, so we will be going back there as well. Katina said, I wish I could go back to school. Not me, Katina. I love school and everything, and I was great at it. But no, my last school was when I was 60 years old. So that was 5 years ago. I graduated from a college, and I thought about going back get my master's, but I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, I'm done. So I didn't go back and get my master's. I was okay with having my associate of science, right? I have an associate of science degree. I have a medical assistant under my belt. I got several. Ooh wee. I got several things under my belt. So I'm good for a school, right? I'm good, right? It's not going back now for sure. I'm looking forward to where I don't have to go to a job every day. That's what I'm looking forward to, is where I don't have to get up and go to a job, that Ernestine can do whatever she wants to do in that day and not have to clock into nobody's job, right? That's what I'm looking forward to. Um, I finally watched all your videos. Thank you, Sarah, for watching all the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all go let them videos play on YouTube, right? Let them play. That's all watch time and stuff like that. We want to maximize YouTube the same way we would do any other platform. So I'm gonna let y'all can go in the house, girls. Yeah, y'all can go in the house and take that food in the house. Take it in the house because I don't want it to get cold. Exactly. I know that's right. Yeah. So yeah.
I didn't.
Uh, Augusta said, yeah, they really are still good teachers left. My power baby has my oldest child, old teacher. I'm so happy. Great teacher. That's good, Augusta. Yep. Sarah said she wished she could go back to school. That was Sarah said that she wished she could go back to school. I thought it was Katina. Yeah, but it was Sarah. Yeah, Louisiana, they started in Louisiana on August 5th. Yeah, a lot of schools have started. A lot of schools have started. Uh, when you be on Facebook, notify me. So I think I blocked you on Facebook, Felicia. If I'm not mistaken, I think I blocked you on Facebook. I never did unblock you, right? I never did unblock you. I think I blocked you on Facebook. Because you were out of hand. You were out of control at the time. I will think about going to unblock because I don't like blocking people. I really don't. If you keep it respectful, then I'm okay with, blocking you or whatever. But, I will not stand for the disrespect from anyone on these platforms. So yeah, I will not stand for any disrespect on any platform. I will block, get rid of you, whatever I have to do to keep it off of here. So yeah, yep. But yeah, so yeah, we were talking about pain, autism and pain. So that's what we was talking about when we first came on, Augusta. I don't know if you were here when we first started our conversation. We were talking about autism and pain and how a lot of our power babies and power adults don't experience pain in the same way that we do. Like for a lot of them, their pain is non-existent. Like they don't feel pain. Like they don't. And we were talking about the emotions as well, the different emotions and things like that. So that's what we were kind of touching on, right? We just touching on different subjects, right? And if people have questions, they always can ask questions, right? Um, you know, and we kind of talked a little bit about repetitiveness, looping, and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what we were really talking about. Yeah, but pain, yeah, like you don't know, and the scary part about it is, a lot of times you don't know when your child is in pain. A lot of parents don't know, right? But there are usually signs to show when they're in pain. Either they stop eating, they're crying all the time, or they're very frustrated, irritated, overwhelmed. Any changes in their routine and stuff like that, then you can kind of know that something's going on. Yep, you can kind of know that something's going on. Hopefully this thing is not stuck. I should have took the Wi-Fi off. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. This thing is crazy. Um, I know a lot of times the Wi-Fi acts up right here. Hey, Miss Leslie, how are you? Um, Sarah say Lori has been having tingling in her feet due to CP, but she tells me, "Mom, I'm fine." She has ways to help her with that every 12 weeks now. That's good, Sarah. Good, cause a lot of our kids they can't tell us that they're in pain, right? They don't tell us they're in pain. We just gotta try to figure it out, right? We gotta try to figure out what's going on with them, right? And we know a lot of times when they're in pain, it comes out in other different ways. It does, and that's how you know that something is wrong, that something is going on. They don't experience pain the same way that we do. But yeah, I wish they did, because it could be something really serious and you not know, right? You wouldn't know that something serious is going on unless you really, really, really know your child. Then that's where that coming in, that really knowing them, really paying attention to them. Any change, you got to know, kind of figure out why this change all of a sudden. What's going on? Are they in pain? Are they, whatever is going on? You got to try to figure it out, right? You have to try to figure it out because they can't tell you. And that's scary. That's really, really scary, y'all. That's why I always ask God to keep Demarcus covered, not let him be in pain. And if he's in pain, please allow me to be aware of it and to know when, it's time to do something about it, you know? I know the last time he was sick, he kind of like wasn't eating and stuff like that. He wasn't really eating. And Demarcus has very rarely been sick, y'all. Very rarely has he been sick. I thank God for it. Very rarely has he been sick. Maybe a few times, maybe 3, 4 times in his whole entire life has he been sick. Miss Leslie say my son never tells me he is hurting if I don't see it. Right, Miss Leslie, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't pay attention, then you wouldn't see it, right? And that's where that attention comes in handy, right? When they're in pain, you gotta try to figure it out. Sarah said, yes, she just had to change her neurologist doctor. I love her so much. But now Lori is an adult. She has to change. She always checked on Lori. Yeah, yeah. Yep, that's the other thing. When they become adults, you got to find all new doctors. They ain't going to no pediatrician no more, right? Pediatrician stages are over. You got to find adult doctors, right? You have to find adult doctors. And sometimes it's not easy finding those doctors because a lot of doctors don't really want to deal with patients who have disorders and things like that. You know, and that's their choice, right? They don't specialize in that field, and they don't try to, force it, right? They don't try to force it, trying to, do something that they know that they not qualified to do. Right, I would rather you tell me no, we don't accept patients like that or whatever, than to take on a patient and knowing that you're not gonna try to help them the best way that you can. So I'd rather not even go through all of that. So yeah, but yeah, all right. Uh, if y'all got anybody got any more questions, Demarcus over there napping. I'm gonna go ahead and make these tacos and call it a day and relax until it's time for me to go to work. We made it back early. That was my intent, was to make it back early so that I could go ahead and get dinner together, and try to relax a little bit before it's time for me to go to work. I slept okay last night. I don't feel tired or anything like that. But yeah, I got this lemonade out here. I forgot I had the lemonade right here. So I'm gonna go in the house, you all. We're gonna get off of here. Them girls forgot to say good night to you all, so I'll say good night to you all for them. Can we see your shirt? Oh, I forgot about this shirt. Oh, okay. Let me show y'all this shirt that Stephen Brandon sent, and then we gotta get off of here. Let me show y'all the shirt, and then we're gonna get off of here. Right, hold on. I gotta try to open it up. Oh my goodness, it's hard to open. All right, so he sent me a pink one, y'all. He sent me a pink shirt. It is pink. It is pink. It says, as I always say, keep loving your heart, a smile on your face, a praise in your mouth, God first, and He will take care of the rest. He put my name on it. He put Ernestine on there. He spelled without the A, but that's okay. Autism Everyday. This is nice. It's a nice shirt. It's busy, but it's a nice shirt, right? I'm gonna wear it. I'm definitely gonna wear this shirt. Demarcus, you can go in the house if you want to. Right, I'm gonna let Demarcus go in the house. We about to go in the house, y'all, cause my son calling for his group. Alright, so we will see you all in the morning in the ride to drop the off. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. And as I always say, keep loving your heart, a smile on your face, a praise in your mouth. God bless you. Take care of the rest. Go ahead, Demarcus. Say good night.
All right. See you all.
All right. We'll see y'all. Love y'all.